Hello, my name is Richard Dunn, and I am here with my friend Gail Brand with the Genesis Center. How you doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Listen, we're doing a series of videos for the Kaufman Chamber of Commerce to help you get to know some of the organizations in our community and what they do and the people who are a part of that. So I'm really excited. I mean, I like doing all of these, but I love the Genesis Center. Genesis Center has been a big part of my heart for a long, long time. I love the things that you do there. So right now, your job is to tell us about the Genesis Center and what you do so this community really understand what goes on there.
Well, like you said, my name is Gail Brand, and I am the Public Relations Director for the Genesis Center and Trice Thrift Store. The Genesis Center is a women and children shelter, which you know, and it's for women and children who are in crisis. So it's not just women and children, it's people who have had events in their life that have created some sort of disturbance, and they need help getting back on track. And we deal with domestic violence, we deal with homelessness, we deal with ladies that have had drug issues or alcohol issues, and we have programs set up to help them put their life back together and get back on course.
Yeah, because that's really the way it is. When I talk with ladies sometime and we're looking at their life, and when we start talking about the possibility of the Genesis Center, to me, I phrase it as this is an opportunity for a restart, a reboot, to really look at your life and go forward, kind of clear out some of the things that were in the past and move forward. Is that
That is exactly what we try and do. We try and give them a restart. First, we try and refocus them.
Yes.
We want to get them out of the mindset that they're not good enough, they can't do enough, they don't have enough.
Right.
And we want to get them first back to God. I mean, that's the first thing that we want to do, because if you don't have that initial relationship with Christ, you're not going to be able to rebuild.
That's right, yeah. And we see that so often, you know. I'm blessed over at the center because we've had two of the ladies that were living at the Genesis Center at the time. And it was a neat partnership because working through Workforce Solutions, then they came to me and they were working for me and over there. And you saw their lives begin to change, and they're looking and they were learning something to be able to move forward in their life. How many ladies and children do you have currently at the center?
Currently, I think we have about 35.
Okay.
As it gets closer to the holiday seasons, we will fill up.
Yeah, that makes sense. It would start to, because how many can you hold total capacity?
We can hold about 58, I believe.
Okay, yeah. Because there's been a lot of additions going on over at the Genesis Center for the last while, hadn't it? Yeah.
Yes, we've had a lot of construction work.
Right, yep.
We have had a new addition to our thrift store. We have had a new health and wellness center, which is going to help us grow our education base, as well as help with minor medical and minor dental needs when it's finally established and up and running. We've also had pavement, which is new.
That's nice, isn't it?
When you pave the parking lot, that's an awesome thing. People actually enjoy walking on pavement.
Right. Rock gravel for a long time has been tough.
Yeah. It was rock, and if you have heels, women would know you sink.
That's true. Yeah.
So,
I don't have that problem, so I'm good with that.
Good.
Yeah, that's a good thing not to have.
That's good.
So let's talk a little bit about the thrift store, okay? Because I love the thrift store. I come over we donate, but I come a lot. I'm a book guy, okay? And so I go back to your book section and sometimes can spend 30, 40 minutes back there just going through. So talk a little bit about the thrift store.
So Twice Around Thrift Store is ran by an awesome, amazing Sarah Leatherwood, and she has been there for 5 years. And she absolutely loves her job and loves connecting with the community. But most of all, the thrift store, the donations that come in, they come into this little building we call a hangar. They're sorted, they're priced. Nothing that comes in that donation center goes to waste. If we cannot use it and sell it in our thrift store, then we donate it to another charity organization who ships it overseas.
Right. Okay.
But that thrift store, that funds our facility because we don't take any government funding.
Right.
So the proceeds that through the donations, like your clothes, if you donate your clothes, we price it, it goes into the thrift store, we sell it, and all of that goes back into the ministry to help these women and children rebuild their lives.
Yeah, and it's just amazing because I like I mentioned from my place, I can send folks over there because there's great prices. But I shop there too. Not only books, I buy shirts and stuff too that I probably still wear today because there's some great deals over there.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
name brand stuff over there.
It's fantastic. Yeah.
It has tags on it.
Yep.
I mean, the amount of stuff that we get that still has tags on it is a little humorous sometimes. But the majority of the staff, we shop over there. Like, we're the best commercial. We'll post pictures and be like, this is what I got at the thrift store.
That's perfect. And just recently, you kind of mentioned this, but you expanded into, you have a lot of furniture now, don't you?
Yes, we have a 3,000 square foot furniture section, and we carry china cabinets and tables and sofas and love seats and all sorts of, furniture that we couldn't carry before because we didn't have the space.
Right, yeah, but it again priced well. You can go in there and get it, and it's there's some really good stuff that comes in there. It's good, yeah. How can people donate to the thrift store?
Well, there's several ways that you can donate. Probably the most effective for everybody is to donate stuff that you're not using anymore. Yes, we do take monetary donations, but the vast majority of people, they're not going to have the monetary donations, especially as you get closer to Christmas, but you are going to clean your closet out.
Right.
And that's, one thing that I do with my family is we have closet clean out day, and the trash bags go to the facility, and they're still good clothes because, you didn't wear them out. And especially if you have kids, they never wear those clothes out. They never do. You're like, they wore it one time, it went in the back of the closet, you don't know where it went. But then we donate it and it's used, and you know where the money's going.
Right.
You know that it's going to help somebody rebuild their life when they couldn't do that on their own.
Yeah, and again, it is a great opportunity for folks that may be low income too to come shop there because they can get some really good things that they couldn't get anywhere else. That's valuable. So again, as I mentioned, I love the Genesis Center and the things that you do, and I know you've got so many success stories.
We do.
Can you share one with us that maybe just touches you a little bit?
Well, there's one, and you probably know who I'm going to talk about. She was a mom. She has 5 kids. She's homeless because of domestic violence, and she's hopeless. She doesn't have a driver's license, so she can't go anywhere. She can't get a job. She came to our facility and she asked for help, and we have helped her. She has rebuilt her life. Her daughters are a part of the community. They are active in school. They love being a part of the band and the choir and the theater department. And she has actually got a really great job now working in a local business.
Okay.
She got her driver's license. Okay. We had somebody help her learn how to drive, which I don't know if you've ever tried to teach a 16-year-old how to drive, but try teaching someone who's in their 30s or 40s how to drive.
That's a good point.
They're scared.
Yeah.
They've never done this before. They weren't allowed to do it before. Right. And so the first thing that they have to overcome is the fear of something new. And for her, that was a big deal. And once she was able to overcome that, man, she's driving those kids everywhere, and she's going to work, and she's excited, and she's loving it. She has a car that we have a car program at our facility, and we help them get a car. Yeah. And we don't pay for the car for them. Right. They pay for their own cars, but we help them to get one.
But that's such a great story because it talks about something I don't think we always think about. Here you're talking about someone who's in their 30s and they don't have a driver's license because they never learned to drive. We take that for granted, but that's not common in a lot of folks' lives that you work with.
Right. We actually had several ladies in our facility that just got their driver's license, and they're 40, one of them's 50. Right. And to me, that was something that I didn't understand. But when you come from a domestic violence background, that's a control issue. Right. That is a way for him to control you, to keep you where he wants you. Right. So that he knows exactly where you are. If you don't have a driver's license, you can't go anywhere.
You can't go anywhere. Yeah, and but also I think this. I love it. I know you guys do job skill training, and
we do
because a lot of the folks, a lot of the ladies that you work with, the best they don't have much education.
No.
And so the best thing they can do is get a minimum wage job, which is not going to pay for very much in the long run. But when they learn some of those job skills, they learn some just learn how to work through an office like the couple of ladies that we've worked with. They've learned that experience. Now they can go forward on their resume. They got that there, and that is a huge deal.
We also help them get their GEDs.
Right.
They don't have education,
Yeah.
and so we have mentors who come in and teach them, and they're able to get their GEDs. In fact, we had some that went and took tests yesterday, and they all
really?
passed.
Good.
There was 3 women, they all passed, and they're super excited, and they're going to take the next one,
Yeah.
and so they've almost completed their GED program.
And we live in a day and time right now when you're searching for a job where if you don't have a high school education or you don't have that GED, that is greatly going to hinder your job search, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It not only does it hinder your job search, but it's the first thing that they look at.
Exactly.
And if you can't check that box that you have that diploma or that you have that GED, they're not going to look past that. And so for them, that has hindered any cycle. Like, to break a cycle, you have to educate.
Right.
And so that is what we're there to do. We're there to educate them to be able to break that cycle so that they can move on.
Well, and you guys do it in an amazing way.
Thank
All right,
you.
so we're going to transition a little bit here, okay? Because I want you to do something, because I know you love doing this, okay?
Okay.
I want you to brag about your family just a little bit. Tell us about your family.
Well, I am married to Richard Brand, of course, and we have been married for 10 years. And we have 3 beautiful daughters who are teenagers. And we recently transitioned from Kaufman to Forney. They are loving it there. They are excelling. I have one that is in choir. She's 16. And I'm just waiting for her to get her license, but then I'm also kind of not, because that's scary.
Scary time.
And then I have one that just started basketball this morning. And she loves basketball. That's her thing. All 3 of my daughters are very caring and loving and like to give back to people because they have seen that in their parents. Yes. My husband is an attorney, and he does a lot of community pro bono work in order to help other people who can't help themselves. And that comes from his childhood and seeing his mom struggle with things, and he just chose to do that with what God gifted him with. Right. And then there's Sarah, and Sarah is a dancer, and she goes to Dance Factory, and she's going to be in the Nutcracker again, which is always important, because as a grandparent, the dancing and being a performer, that's an important thing. And then, we have recently just been involved in our church a lot. We go to Water of Life in Forney, and being there has been great. We have been able to grow as Christians and use the gifts that God gave us to teach. I teach a women's Sunday school class, which is it's awesome.
Yeah, that's fun.
It is fun. And then we have all age groups in there. So my Sunday school class is not like a 30-something or 40-something. It's like 20s to like 70s.
Okay, again, that's a broad group.
Yes.
But some wisdom there that can be played on,
It's great because the older generation gets to tell us it's okay. Yeah. You'll get through the teenage years.
Yes.
Or it's okay, you'll get through the toddler years. So we get to help each other through those transitions that a lot of time when you're in a Sunday school class with just one age group, y'all all going through the same thing at the same time, and you don't have the wisdom of someone telling you it's okay, it will pass, and you will come out on the other side with a smile. Yeah. And God will bring you through it.
Well, you have a lot of reasons to brag about your family. I've known your family for a while, known you for a while, and y'all are awesome, okay?
Thanks.
I love you guys. And what you said earlier, I really appreciate. I think more parents should realize that we can teach our kids all different kinds of things, but it's truly important for them to know it's about giving back. It is about serving. And you can talk about it all day, but they need to see it displayed, and they see that through you and Richard, and that is something that I appreciate with you guys. And again, everything you said, I testify perfectly true, because you're a great family.
Thank you.
All right, so here's what we're going to do, okay? So one last word, okay? Look at the camera, and one last word about the Genesis Center, whatever you want to wrap up with.
Okay. I would just like to say that as you go through your life and through your family, I just hope that you would support and give back to the Genesis Center and other ministries in the local community that pour into the community. not only do we help women and children rebuild their lives, but we place them in a community that loves them and cares for them and helps them to grow further.
All right. I'm here with my friend Gail Brand from the Genesis Center. Again, we're conducting these interviews so you get to know these organizations and what they do and what's going on. You need to contact the Genesis Center if you like more information. In fact, if you know someone that might be able to use their services, they would love for you to give them a call so you can talk with them. So we thank you for listening to this. I wanted you to know that if you're on social media, be sure and like this video, share it, get it out there, let everybody know about the Genesis Center and the great work that they're doing. Thank you for your time.